Money Roots is made possible by the support of our sponsor, Rooted Planning Group. Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Look no further than Rooted Planning Group, your trusted partner in financial well-being. At www.rootedpg.com, you'll discover a wealth of resources and expertise to help you thrive financially. Rooted Planning Group specializes in personalized financial planning, investment management, and retirement strategies. They understand that every financial journey is unique, and they're here to guide you every step of the way. With a team of experienced advisors, Rooted Planning Group is committed to helping you cultivate a secure and prosperous future. Visit www.rootedpg.com today to learn more about how Rooted Planning Group can help you grow your money roots. Welcome to Money Roots, the podcast where personal finance gets personal. Each week, Amy and her guests dig deep into the world of finance, making it more approachable and understandable for everyone, no matter where you are on your financial journey. From savings and investments to budgeting and planning, we'll bring you practical advice, inspiring stories, and expert insights. We believe that everyone has the potential to grow a healthy financial future, and we're here to help you nurture it. So whether you're a financial guru or just starting to plant the seeds of your financial knowledge, this is the place for you. Get ready to uncover the tools and strategies that can help you thrive financially. So without further ado, let's dive into today's episode of Money Roots.
Hi, Money Roots listeners. It's Liz Zemak again this week, and I'm continuing the thread of talking about some things that are important in order to take care of our homes. And I hope that this month we can accomplish some of the tasks that we tend to put off together. So this week, I want to talk to you about creating a personal property inventory. So imagine that you've had a loss occur. Perhaps somebody broke into your home. God forbid you've had a fire, some flooding. There's all kinds of natural disasters, unfortunately, that we see every day. And I want to help you guys get prepared in case something like that should happen to you. So this is something that personally has happened to me before. My husband and I were building our house, and we did have someone break in and steal all of our tools that we were using to build our home. Unfortunately, we were not as prepared as we should have been for that situation. We did not have a detailed inventory. We didn't have serial numbers for things written down, and it was a hard lesson to learn. Fortunately, we did have a pretty good idea of what was stolen, and our insurance company that we had at the time worked with us very well and took care of us. And I was really thankful for that opportunity that they presented for us to recover our belongings and move forward with our house build. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I thought this would be a great topic for us to talk about this week, because a lot of people, I think, don't realize that this is something that you really should have. So when you go to file an insurance claim, it requires a detailed list of the items that were either damaged or stolen. So in order to support that claim, you're going to have the proper documentation to submit to the insurance company. And what most people, I think, don't realize, I certainly didn't realize, that the burden of proof is on the property owner, not the insurance company. So you're going to have something to present to the insurance company to say that these are the items that I owned and, that they were damaged or stolen. So today we're going to talk about what a home inventory is, what some of the benefits of having a home inventory are, and some tips on how to get started, because it really can feel like like an overwhelming process. So I think the most important thing is we're going to, get started somewhere. So for a home inventory, basically what you're going to need to do is go through and list everything in your home. That seems kind of overwhelming, right? People say, well, do you really need to know that I have 50 pairs of shoes or more, for some of us? And so, yeah, that actually is really great information to know. The more detailed you can be, the better off you're going to be when and if you need to make that claim. So things like the purchase date, the cost, the make, the model, the serial number are all things that you're going to want to compile when you're working on this personal property inventory. So what some of the things that you're going to want to include are, what the items are. I typically would start, room by room, and as much of an in-depth description as you can. It's literally just going through, writing down the list. Make sure you capture it by photo or video, and you're going to want to be very detailed. So things like, instead of just saying my china, make sure that you're listing out also like the brand, when it was purchased, the approximate value of it, and an estimated replacement cost. If you were to buy it today, what would the value of that be? And for some of the more expensive items that you have, I do think it's worth spending some money to get an actual appraisal for that. And this really does help whether you rent your home or you own your home. Either one matters, and you definitely want to make sure you have this. So we did talk about the importance of it, what it is. Really, it's not super complex topic, but just make sure that you've got your inventory. So some things that you can do to get started, I would suggest, first of all, just pick an easy spot to start. So pick a room in your home that feels like you could tackle that, or a room where you feel like maybe you've got some of those more valuable items. Maybe it's not even valuable monetarily. Maybe it's something that's really holds high value to you. So I say pick an easy spot to start and really just start. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you can start either a spreadsheet or just a list and start to write down your basic information, the item, where you purchased it, when you purchased it, the model, the make, any other detail, like we said, that you really can get in there. For things like clothing, you really can do, I own 10 pairs of jeans. I own, like I said, however many pairs of shoes. You can really kind of group them by category with things like clothing. Anything that does have a serial number. So when you think of major appliances, electronic equipment, some tools, things like that, you want to make sure you write that down. And then anything that is of greater value, you want to make sure, should you have a special policy just for that? So things that we typically see are, wedding rings, engagement rings, jewelry, things like that, maybe some artwork that you've purchased that is valuable. And you can either do specific coverage for that item, or sometimes you can even just purchase a blanket policy to help protect that. So the other thing you're want to do is, if you have receipts or contracts or anything like that, I did mention appraisals briefly, but that's something that you're going to also want to keep with all of your inventory information. So it's it is easy to get overwhelmed with this project, but I just can't stress the importance of it enough, having had been through a loss myself. So I do encourage you to really take the time and set it aside to just get this tackled. Make it maybe part of your summer project, or, when it's a rainy day, which if you live in upstate New York, like I do, it is going to be rainy for the next week, it looks like. So make this your rainy day project, tackle one room at a time. So what you're going to want to do, like I said, list your items, make your notes, include any documents such as receipts, and then you want to take photos of everything. So if you've got serial numbers, take a picture of the serial number. Take a picture, if like your refrigerator or your dishwasher, your washer and dryer, things like that. Make sure you take a picture with the model and serial number on there. And then again, the receipt, maybe next to it or something like that, so you can match it up. And then another really great thing to do is to just walk through your home and take a video. This can be as simple as pulling out your cell phone and just taking a video of your home and the contents inside of your home. And then you're also going to want to include a home appraisal in this so that you can show the value of your home if something were to occur. And there's multiple ways to keep this inventory. You can, like I said, if you want to do pen and paper, you can do that. Keep a notebook and keep some pictures and things like that inside of the notebook. You can create an electronic version of this on Word or Excel on your computer, however you want to do that. Of course, the caution there is that you want to make sure that you've saved that to like a cloud server so that, gosh forbid, your computer gets stolen and then all of that information is on there. That would be terrible. So that's an option. You also can use an app. There are a lot of mobile app options to where you can create and store a room by room record. So those are really great to utilize. Just search in your app store. So once you've got your, if you've done paper, make sure you're keeping that locked in a safe. Keep an extra copy outside of your home somewhere. So if you've got a safe deposit box, that's a great place to keep that second copy, or with one of your trusted contacts. That is another great place to keep that. If you have digital files, again, keeping it on either an external drive locked in a safe deposit box or with a trusted contact, or keeping it in an online storage account. So that, just to get it started, those are kind of our high level things that we want to be doing. And then the last thing that I wanted to just mention when you're compiling everything is to make sure that, really keeping that secure, but revisiting this maybe once or twice a year. So it's going to be important to keep things up to date. And as you are purchasing items, make sure you're adding it to your log. So that's where I think an app is really helpful, because you can, just add that right in. But it's really up to how you feel comfortable doing that. The other thing I did forget to mention that I wanted to add is make sure you're also videoing or taking pictures of the inside and the outside of your home, as well as your garage, your sheds, any outdoor outbuildings that you might have. Make sure you're also, including those things. I think a lot of times we think of just the stuff that's in our home. Think also of those other spaces as well. If you do want to pay for it, there are people that are called inventory specialists that you can hire. and they actually will capture all of that data for you and keep it stored in an encrypted backup facility. So that is an option as well. Another time that this also comes into play that can be really helpful is if you've created this inventory, assigned a value to everything, you have an idea of how much your personal property is worth. So that is useful when we need to enter that into your financial plan, but it's also helpful when we're looking at your insurance policies. We want to make sure that you've got that correct amount. We don't want to be overinsured. We don't want to be underinsured. You don't want to be paying for more insurance than you really need. So those are some great things. Also important to ask your insurance company if you are covered for actual replacement cost or if it's just cash value, which would mean that they're going to pay you the depreciated value. So those are a couple of things you want to make sure you're looking into. And then the other thing, as far as with estate planning, this also can come into play because this helps your family understand the types of, the things that you have when you're creating your will and figuring out if you have a taxable estate. This also comes into play. You can, if you want, I have seen some people when they create this, they'll write a little note about, this is my favorite vase that I want to go to my niece. You could even include a little note there, but it's also good. It's something that your heirs can look back at, and it does give them a resource to look back on and say, oh, okay, we do have, this item and this is how much was paid for it. So if they're holding anything like an estate sale or an auction or something like that, they've got an idea of the value of everything. So again, I really can't stress the importance enough of doing this. And the more specific you can be, really, I think the better off you're going to be. I do truly hope this is not anything that you ever will need to use or need to have, but it is a really, really good thing. And if you ever do need it, that you do have it. So again, this is something that a lot of people don't realize they need to provide to the insurance company. In my younger years, I certainly did not realize that was going to be the case. I certainly didn't expect anything like that to even happen to me. So it reminds me a lot of some of those things that we need to do in life that we tend to put off. And I like to say the best way to eat an elephant is one forkful at a time. So just start to tackle that big project and keep it organized. Make sure your loved ones know where it's kept, where it's stored. Make sure you've got a couple of copies of it. And that is my tip for some homeownership, type things for today. Also, it does apply to people that rent property as well. But as keeping in that theme of some of the things to think about this month, this is one that I want you guys to put towards the top of your priority list. So I hope that you were able to take some good advice away from this today. And please feel free to reach out to any of us here at Rooted Planning Group if you have questions or need some help or ideas. We would love to help you get started. And we will return next week with some more tips along with some home ownership. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will be talking to you soon.
You've been listening to Money Roots, your go-to podcast for making personal finance accessible and approachable. Thanks for joining us today. Amy and her guests have enjoyed guiding you through the roots of your financial journey. Remember, whether you're planting new seeds of financial knowledge or nurturing the growth of your existing financial plans, Money Roots is here to support you every step of the way. Be sure to follow them on Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and Instagram for more resources. And, of course, subscribe to Money Roots wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. A big thank you to the sponsor, Rooted Planning Group, for making this show possible. At Rooted Planning Group, they're committed to helping you cultivate a thriving financial future. Until next time, keep growing your money roots.